2023 16th Region Baseball Tournament live from West Liberty, Kentucky. Now let's go live to the field for the pregame show as Cool TV brings you live coverage to the 2023 16th Region Baseball Tournament.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Morgan County High School in West Liberty, Kentucky, as we get you set for the championship game of the 16th Region Baseball Tournament. We started it all off on Sunday morning at 10 a.m., and we are here Tuesday night getting ready for the first pitch at 7 o'clock for the championship and see who will go on to represent the 16th Region in the boys' state tournament in Lexington in early June. Raceland taking on East Carter. Raceland the winners out of the 63rd, East Carter the winners out of the 62nd. Raceland got here by knocking off Morgan County 13-3 and then edging Rowland County 3-2. East Carter got here by knocking off Fleming County 12-2 and then beating Greenup County in a 9-inning thriller last night by a score of 4-3. Raceland and East Carter for all the marbles. We'll come back, take a look at the starting lineups, and talk more about tonight's matchup. We'll do that in a couple of moments here on Cool TV.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back here at Morgan County High School in West Liberty, Kentucky, Jim Forrest along with Spencer Hutchinson as we get ready for this championship game of the 16th Region Baseball Tournament. A lot of people, when they looked at the draw last Friday, picked this to end up being exactly where it is, and that is Raceland against East Carter. Raceland got a pretty good draw, as did East Carter, and both most, I would think, pundits were looking at it and saying it could end up being a Raceland East Carter final. Both of them had tough times in the semifinals as Rowland County gave Raceland everything they wanted. Greenup gave East Carter everything they wanted, but they both persevered. They both got here, and now we've got the championship game between probably the field coming in, other than Boyd record-wise, but playing-wise, the two teams that were the best teams have made it to the championship game.
And you said it, you know, these teams nail-biting wins last night. It seemed like Raceland had their game under control, and Rowland made a run there at the top of the seventh. Raceland ended up pulling it out there at the bottom half, but East Carter and Greenup going 9 innings last night, an inning in thrilling fashion. You want to look at this game, and, you know, we talked a little bit during break, it's who can handle the moment the best. Especially when you've got, you know, they've got Skaggs on the mound who faced this Raceland team earlier in the year, pitched very, very well for them. Raceland's going to have their ace, the Braden Webb, who is Jim, just to put it simple, he's got the best breaking ball that I think I've seen out of any pitcher in the 16th region. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. You know, when you got so much on the line here, It's just really interesting. We'll just see.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup. First of all, for East Carter, leading off playing second base, Tate Scott. Hitting second, the left fielder, Evan Goodman. Hitting third, playing third base, Andrew Tomalonis. Hitting fourth and playing shortstop, Ty Scott. Hitting fifth, the center fielder, Blake Hall. Hitting sixth, that is, the catcher, Jackson Barker. Hitting seventh, playing first base, Gavin Sexton. Hitting eighth and on the mound pitching, Connor Skaggs. Hitting ninth, the right fielder, Levi Hutchinson. Skaggs will be on the mound. He came in relief last night. He comes in with a record of 6-2 with a 3.67 ERA. For the Raceland Rams, leading off and playing shortstop, Connor Hughes. Hitting second, playing center field, Parker Fannin. Hitting third, playing right field, Clay Coldiron. Hitting fourth, the catcher, Eli Lynn. Batting fifth and playing first base, Caden Shore. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Parker Eisen. Hitting seventh, the pitcher, Braden Webb. Hitting eighth, the left fielder, Connor Thacker. And hitting ninth, the third baseman, Jeremy Kearns. And as we said, Braden Webb on the mound, 6-1 on the year, 1.10 ERA. Quickly, Spencer, when you look at the matchups in this ball game, pitching-wise, Shore probably, if not 1A for Raceland, and Skaggs not the best that East Carter has, but Betty, he's had a good year.
He's had a great year. I think this game, you could put a lot of factors into it, but I think the team that lives in the moment the most will win tonight.
I think both of these teams like to play small ball a little bit. Both of them like to run. They'll try to get a base hit, move a runner any way they possibly can, and I think that's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, and I'll just put it bluntly how it is. I'll put it bluntly how it is. East Carter has not hit the ball very well in the first two games. Now, they've been able to sneak it out, but if you ask these kids on the East Carter team, they have higher expectations for themselves. And for Raceland, you could say something similar, Jim. Yes, they beat Morgan County in game number 1, and they took care of Ingalls and Rowan County in game number 2, but that's not the best that either one of these teams have played this year. So I think whoever lives in the moment the most will win tonight, especially on paper when you've got teams that are very, very close in talent.
Raceland coming into tonight's game in the first two games, they're hitting 360 collectively as a team. East Carter hitting 300 as a team. So both at 300 or over, but Raceland hitting the ball a little bit better than East Carter. So to your point, they think they can hit the ball a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. We've got a beautiful night, absolutely. Clear blue skies, sunshine, 76 degrees as we get ready to play here at West Liberty at Morgan County's baseball field, which again, we'll tell you, is very big. A lot of ground in foul territory, right field, left field, even behind the plate. Pass ball, wild pitch, you're going to score from third easy.
Yeah, if there's a plane nearby that needs to make an emergency landing, you could just take Morgan County's baseball field, and there should be plenty of room.
I think you probably could. And it's 320 down the – let me make sure I get that right. 320 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center. We'll come back with the first pitch in just a moment on Cool TV.
Stop wishing you were debt-free. Start consolidating. Members Choice Credit Union is committed to helping you take control of your finances this new year. And all it takes is a personal loan. Imagine one monthly payment at a great interest rate. Stop worrying about debt. Start taking control of your finances. Consolidate your debt today with the help of your credit union family at Members Choice. Visit us online at mccu.net.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back here to Morgan County, West Liberty, Kentucky, as we get you ready for the first pitch. As East Carter is the visiting team, Raceland the home team. Braden Webb on the mound with his warm-up tosses.
I mean, he is, he had really good success where he came from, the Sims Valley. I believe that's where he's from originally. Won a bunch of awards up there for being a good baseball player. And I tell you, we've watched him a couple of times this year, Jim, and he's got kind of a slurve. It's kind of a slider curveball, and it crosses the whole entire length of the plate, and it is an absolute dirty pitch. And he doesn't have that ERA for no reason. Very, very good pitcher.
Not real overpowering with the fastball.
Absolutely,
but it doesn't have to be.
He's very precise. He's surgical with his pitches and their location, and I think it's important here early for East Carter to. They don't really even have to score a run. Just get a couple guys on base, make some good contact here, and that you can't go into the fourth inning and Braden Webb only have 36 pitches thrown. I think that's a key in this game, and same goes for Raceland. Skaggs, we saw him pitch against Raceland earlier this year, pitch very well, very, very well. And we saw him last night come in a tough spot against Greenup, and he delivered once again. So it's just one of those things where I think whoever can live in the moment, and when you got 16, 17, and 18-year-old kids on the field, it's easier said than done. So, we talked a little bit out in the pregame about, you could be the best team all year and you get in the regional final and kind of lay an egg. So I don't expect either one of these teams to do that, but you just never know.
There's so many things that can happen in baseball, and, I keep saying that and harping on it, but I've seen enough baseball over the years that sometimes you think, you're the better team, and on paper you are, but that doesn't always work out that way in baseball.
Big crowd on hand, Jim. I mean,
yeah. Not as big as last night, but that's pretty big.
I mean, you got to think, this whole fence line is covered, and we want to appreciate everybody from Raceland and East Carter not sitting, and they didn't even try. They knew you were sitting here, so they didn't even try to put their chairs in front of you.
Did a good job.
Did a great job, and veteran umpire crew. I think that's something we need to mention is these guys, this is not their first game they've done. I mean, there's going to be some fans on either side that will get after the umpires, but they do not care.
Gary Hale, the veteran, behind the plate, calling balls and strikes.
Number 16,
Randy Ross at third, Jeff Atkins at second, and Dave Anderson down at first base. That's your umpiring crew. And we're ready to go. And East Carter will bat first, and here to call the first couple of innings of this game, Spencer Hutchison.
Tate Scott will take the plate, and I tell you, he's been one of the better defenders in the whole region, Jim. And really, really critical here for East Carter to, like I said, they don't have to really get a run across the plate, but you just get a little momentum. And, it's one of those things where they had an emotional win last night, and Raceland, I wouldn't really call it an emotional win. I never felt like, I know the game was close, but I never felt like the game was in doubt for Raceland.
Oh, no. Seventh inning was pretty tense, I thought.
Just felt like that Raceland would – that's just the way I felt. This one misses outside 2-0. And one thing that you'll notice when you're watching these two teams is they've got really good plate discipline from 1 through 9 on both teams. You're not going to see them swinging a lot of junk. 2-0 is the count. Good pitch there by Webb. 2-1.
In that game last night, Raceland and Round County, if Round County doesn't make the errors and runs the bases better, they're here tonight.
And, it was almost like, I can say this because it's happened to me. They kind of fell asleep on leadoffs. I mean, one time Raceland threw over, I believe it was Shore who threw over here to first base, and Round County's base runner didn't even turn to move until the ball was already at first base.
Yep.
2-2 is the count to Scott. Here's the pitch. Good little breaking ball. This one's golfed right to the second baseman. And there's one away.
Next up, number 30.
Good play there by Ison. And here comes Goodman. We talked to his dad at the concession stand before the game, and We'll save giving him a little bit of a shout out here for a minute.
He comes into tonight's championship game 0 for 6 in this tournament with 1 RBI.
Which means he's due. Good pitch there by Webb. Goodman way behind that one. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back.
Webb pitched a one-hitter against Russell.
Yeah.
Or, was it Russell?
Russell in the district tournament, 63rd. We were all there.
And he
flirted with a no-hitter in perfect game.
Wyman that night pitched a two-hitter, and then Webb pitched a one-hitter.
Yep. And Goodman goes down on strikes. And quickly 2 away, and here comes Tom Alonis. You talk about Goodman, though, man.
Next up, number 3.
Him and his brother are 2 of the best kids you could ever ask for. I mean, I got to cover both of them, and just really great kids. And here comes Tom Alonis, who had a big hit last night, pitched a very, very good game against a great Greenup County team, and trying to get some base running going for East Carter here in the top of the first. This one misses low.
That strikeout, by the way, was courtesy of Papa John's Pizza of Grayson and Flatwoods. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Tom Alonis 3 for 8 with 2 RBIs here in this tournament.
1-0. This one's hit over in the right field. And Cold irons underneath it and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for Raceland. They'll see the plate after this on Cool TV.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
The Tri-State's best gun and ammo store. The best fishing and archery department in the Tri-State, along with a full collection of benchmark and case knives. Borders Sporting Goods features the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the Tri-State, as well as a vast collection of turkey shotguns. Borders is your stop for the best fishing products from Lew's, Shimano, Abu Garcia, St. Croix, and G. Loomis, as well as Berkeley and Strike King lures. For all your hunting and fishing needs, visit Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West, Ashland.
County High School, ready to start the bottom half of the first. Mr. Hughes will lead off for Raceland. I've got to know him a little bit over the last couple of years. You want to talk about just a fine young man. That is Connor Hughes for Raceland. He's one of those kids that you'd want your daughter to date, Jim. I mean, just a great, great kid. You know, it's kind of, if you look at it from the outside view, yes, we're calling the game, but it's kind of a chess match between Coach Mills and Coach Shearer. It's just a one big chess match, and someone's going to make a bad move here for too long, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor. And we saw last night, Coach Shearer was very aggressive with the base running. You know, I wonder if that's something that carries over into the regional championship game. Skaggs is on the mound. He's going to face Hughes. Here's the pitch. Good pitch by Skaggs, 0-1.
East Carter won in 2009.
2009 was the last time.
And I don't know if they've won since then. I got to check that out. But they did win in 2009.
Hughes squares the bunt, lays down a really good bunt. Going to be a tough play by Barker. Throw down to first, and they got him. Sure did. Ooh. And it looks like we've got another injured Raider. That's the worst thing that we could see right now. Sexton grabs his left hand. Oh. Of course, last night, Mr. Bowen broke his arm, is what we were being told. So everybody's kind of holding their breath here. We sure hope he's okay.
They'll have a look at it.
Hopefully it's just a stinger. As coaching staff and trainer for East Carter making their way out on the field. I tell you what, Sexton's one of those kids that if he reaches down and grabs his hand, that hurt then, because, you know, everyone on this East Carter team's tough, and he's going to be just fine. There'll be one away. Here comes Mr.
Next
Fanon.
up, number 10, Parker Fanon.
I don't know if you know this, Jim, but Parker Fanon's a pretty good football player.
Yeah, he is.
Really, really good football player. I'm not saying he's not a good baseball player. I'm just saying he's a multi-sport athlete. He's pretty good at football also.
Yes, he is.
One thing about, you know, you look back at previous years for Marty Mills, he's not going to put you in a lineup if you're not any good. That's just the way he is. He's kind of the old school type of coach, and he knows the talent level of his players. Here's the first pitch to Fanon. Hard hit ball to Tom Lewis. It's going to skip past him into left field. And that'll be a one-out single here in the bottom of the first for Fanon.
Base hit brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup for all your pharmaceutical needs. See the good folks at Red 8 RX Pharmacy.
Here's Cold Iron.
He has had a pretty decent tournament. He is 5 for 7 in this tournament with 2 RBIs.
And I know his dad pretty well. And I believe he's sitting out there in right field.
I did his dad's ball games when he was playing for Rowan County. I'm not lying.
This
and his
popped
uncle
straight up in the air. Barker's underneath it. Camp's underneath it. Calling everybody off. Makes the play. 2 away here in the bottom half of the first.
Next up, number 14, Eli Lind.
Here comes Lind. You know what I say about catchers, Jim? You got to be tough to be a catcher.
No, you do. Mr. Cold Iron and his brother both played for Rowan County.
Larry's a pretty good guy. Pretty good guy. He's always been really, really good to me, and that's the only thing.
Come from a really good family.
Absolutely.
Lynn 2 for 5 in this tournament with 1 RBI.
Fanon's sitting over on first. Skaggs from the stretch. Fanon's going. Throw down to second. Not going to be in time. He got a huge jump.
And that's what we was talking about in our pregame is who and how aggressive are these coaches going to be.
Yep.
Both of them like to play small ball. Both of them like to run. And here we see right off the bat they get a runner at first, and on the very first pitch they're sending the runner.
Well, I think that you go back and you talk about that. I think Marty Mills probably went back and watched the first time Skaggs pitched against him. Skaggs a little bit slow getting his pitching release when he's in the stretch. But when he is going from his normal windup, man, you don't have to worry about pitch clock with him. Of course,
and, as you commented last night, I think when he's in his full windup, too, he holds that ball so close to him that sort of comes out at you.
He whips it.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But from the stretch, it's a totally different motion.
Right. And I tell you what, stealing against East Carter is a very dangerous game, especially when you got Barker behind the plate. Here's the pitch. This one misses outside, 1-1.
But I don't care how good a catcher you are, though, if the runner gets a lead like he got a moment ago.
Well, and that wasn't even the worst we saw. We saw an East Carter guy steal second, just go on to third last night.
Yeah.
One, 2 outs, bottom of the first. His time is called.
Skaggs does have a very deliberate stretch.
He does.
Move, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Arms go way up in the air, holds the ball up there for a while
but
before
it's a good one,
brings
though.
it down.
He explodes into it. Explodes right there. This one's hit straight up the middle, and it's stopped by Scott. There's going to be no play. They throw her to first, and this is going to cost East Carter a run. As Parker Fanon rounds third and comes home, it's 1-0 Raceland.
Well, mental mistake right there. Why make the throw?
Next up, number 8,
you weren't going to get him.
Shore.
You'd already dropped the ball going to your left, you weren't going to get him.
It was a good stop there by Scott.
Oh, absolutely.
Just kind of got to learn to hold on to that one. And
so that'll be an infield hit and then an E6, which allows the run to score, and Raceland draws first blood. And it's unearned.
Here comes Shore.
2 for 6 in this tournament.
Who's playing first base tonight. Pitched a really good game against Rowan County yesterday.
Have a courtesy runner in for Lind, and that is Zane Bailey.
So Raceland strikes first on an error. It is 1-0 Rams here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs. Skaggs has only thrown 7 pitches, Jim. Think about that. Feels like he's thrown 100 already. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Well, they knew they were going to have to at least score 1 to win anyways. So
softball, Rowan County leading Lewis County 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
That's the best games, though. Well, those low-scoring games seem like they carry a lot more weight.
You got Cole going for Lewis. You got Haven Ford playing for Rowan. I mean, what a game that is.
0-1, 2 outs from the stretch is Skaggs. Runner on first. And it looked like he went. Sure did. 0-2. Important for East Carter to get out of here. Limit the damage to 1. Shore's a kid who can put this at the wall, every bit of it, and put 2 more runners in scoring position with Ison sitting on deck. From the stretch, 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Skaggs sends it down on strikes, but not before Raceland puts 1 across the plate. It's 1-0 Rams. We'll be back on Cool TV.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Jim, Raceland was able to scratch a run across the board there, and it kind of happened in a way that we saw a lot last night. An unorthodox run that scored, but they all count the same. Just Absolutely. Like it doesn't matter how you earn money, it all spins the same.
It's that's what makes baseball, as I said, so interesting, is because you can score in so many ways, and it doesn't have to be a physical error. Sometimes it's a mental error.
Yeah.
Was the throw off that he made? Yes, but he shouldn't have made the throw in the first place. That's the mental error.
Right. Here comes Ty Scott. And you talk about the tradition that East Carter and Raceland bring into this game. Raceland region champs just a couple of years ago. And as you mentioned, East Carter looking for their first since 2009. Here's Ty Scott. Here's a pitch. This one's golfed in the left field. That's going to be a base hit. And Scott will be on with no outs here in the top of the half of the second inning.
That single brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup.
Blake Hall.
Here comes Blake Hall. And I'll tell you, Jim. I've got to know Blake Hall pretty well, and that kid comes to the plate, and he's trying to inflict damage onto the ball.
You like hitters that are aggressive, that's for sure.
Oh, there ain't more aggressive athlete in the 16th region than Blake Hall. Here's the pitch. Good pitch there by Webb. 0-1. Of course, you know, we got a regional final here with two of the better teams of 16th region. Here is the 0-1, swung on and missed. A fastball up in the zone.
Hall 0 for 3 in this tournament, but he's walked 4 times.
Look for that Webb kind of slurve right here, man. He's really, really good. He's got a strong pickoff play, but it's going to bite him there. And Scott's going to go second, third. And Scott may go to third.
Oh, he's going to third.
And now this Blake Hall at bat carries a lot more at weight with no outs.
There was no doubt he was going to third. It was a question of whether he was going to try to go home.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Webb's got a very, it's similar to when a right-handed pitcher has a guy on third. It's, where he's a lefty. He gets the ball out of there quick over to first, and I'm not sure that Shore was actually ready for the ball, and the ball seemed to sail on him just a little bit and rolls all the way to the fence. And if it rolls to the fence here, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, because that's a long way to go.
It's a big field. I mean, you're running 20 yards to the right of the foul line, so.
Easy.
So 0-2 to Blake Hall. I've seen Blake Hall hit about a 400-foot home run earlier this year at West Carter, and that's what it'd about take to get one out of here. Webb from the stretch. Here's the pitch. This one's fouled straight up. This one's going to hit about 40 yards behind the press box. I mean, he throws every bit of weight that he has in that swing. If he gets a hold of it now.
Tying run down at third.
Look, I'm digging Raceland's uniforms. Those are some sharp uniforms. That all black with the orange trim, man, that looks good. This one's golfed foul. My goodness. That was a dangerous foul ball. Of course, I like East Carter's too, but I'm going to nickname the Halloween theme uniforms for Raceland. I'm telling you, they look good. Oh, 2, no outs. Here's the pitch. This one's a little chopper. It's going to be a play at home. Here's Scott, and they got him. Sure did. I thought they got him, and it was a good call. Good play there by the third baseman, Kearns, to throw out Scott, who was trying to go home. East Carter's not happy about it.
Nothing from Jeremiah Shearer, though.
No. I thought he was out. It was I'm sure that a lot of people here will probably go back and watch that and kind of see what we saw.
From our vantage point here, I thought he was out.
I thought he was out, too. Another quality of aggressive base running, though, man. Sometimes it bites you. Heads-up play, though, by Kearns at third base.
The third baseman was in anyway.
Yeah.
And then he didn't have that far to go to make the throw.
And here comes Barker as Blake Hall gets on a fielder's choice.
Barker 2 for 5 in the tournament with a couple of RBIs.
This one's fouled straight back. Barker keeps that bat real close to his neck and up and kind of has that elbow way up. It's kind of like, you remember Jeff Bagwell that played for the Astros a long time ago. He's got a similar stance to him. Here's the 0-1 with one away. This gets him. So Barker will be on.
Well, that curveball
curved too much.
Curved way too much to the right-handed batter.
Next up, number 35, Gavin Sexton.
When I pitched back in my day, Jim, my curveballs didn't curve. They just turned into almost like a softball underhand. And people just hit it about 450 feet.
Sexton 1 for 7 in the tournament with 1 RBI.
I used to throw the Charlie Parks curveball where you just kind of went over your head and went almost touched your toes. Here is Sexton with 2 on and 1 out. This is aggressive. You got Blake Hall standing on second. He's got some serious wheels. This one may get down, though. Good play there by Cold Iron. And I'll tell you what, great play by Cold Iron, preventing Blake Hall from tagging.
He was really playing over towards center field.
Right.
From right field. I mean, really.
Next up, number 21, Connor
And that's
Skaggs.
dangerous.
Had them scouted out pretty good.
Yeah. Here comes Skaggs, who had an RBI single last night. Big RBI single. Game-tying RBI single last night.
So now you got 2 down, but you got runners at first and second still.
Skaggs has an opportunity here, Jim, to really help himself out here. A ball in the outfield may score Blake Hall. Webb from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. The fastball up in the zone has always been kind of a thorn in my foot. I always went for him, and I don't think I ever hit one of them. Not ever. Tough pitch to lay off of.
It is.
0-1. Webb looks back to second. Of course, Webb is a really good linebacker for Coach Mike Simmons and the Raceland football team. From the stretch, here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Both teams been able to make contact. So far here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And we'll go to the top of the third. 1-0 Raceland leads in the regional championship game here on Cool TV.
When you need to say happy birthday, get well, thinking of you, or any special occasion, say it with flowers from Fields Flower Shop in Ashland and Grayson. Fields Flower Shop can also take care of your sympathy needs, and they carry a beautiful selection of silk flowers, balloons, and fruit baskets. They've provided quality service since 1920. Call 606-324-2184. That's 606-324-2184. Fields Flower Shop, 221 15th Street, Ashland, and US 60 Grayson.
I've been a member for a little over 46 years.
They're very family oriented. You just walk in and everybody's friendly. They talk to you, they know you by name.
You may not go in there for a day or, several years, and I think you go in there and you still feel like family.
Recently, we refinanced our home, and it felt like it was right because we trust the people that work there. This is my people.
Ashland Credit Union. Own your journey.
At Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry, not only do we have the best deals, but we also make your purchases easy and convenient with our no-fees layaway program.
No fees?
Just 10% down, 10% monthly payments for 10 months on any item in our store, excluding new handguns. Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry offers this fantastic layaway program at all 3 of our locations: 4250 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, 519 4th Avenue, Huntington, 522 29th Street, Huntington. Visit Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry today. Quality jewelry for less. Much less.
Morgan County High School. And I tell you, we talked to Morgan County Athletic Director Braxton. We've come to know him pretty well, and I told him he's going to miss us when we're gone. He doesn't realize it yet, but he's growing attached to us. We're kind of like stitches that's been in too long.
He has.
I tell you, he might have more color than he's ever had in his whole life, and I tell you, he may have dropped 10 or 12 pounds in these last 3 days. I see him walking constantly. Here comes Ison, who's made some really good plays over at second base so far today. Here's Skaggs' pitch. This one misses low. 1-0. Of course, we want to thank Morgan County for allowing us to come in here and do these regional games. Me and Jim and Austin and Jeff and Kent have been here for 3 days. Of course, Kent's not with us today, but it's been a true pleasure to cover these two great teams all tournament long, and we couldn't ask for better weather.
No. It's been fantastic. Couldn't ask for better treatment from Morgan County and Braxton Howard.
Here's a 2-0. This one misses, and quickly it's a 3-0 count. Of course, I want to give a shout out to our good friend Dickie Tiller. I think me and him talked on the phone about 15 times today.
Well, what are you shouting out to him for? He didn't do a thing for this tournament. He hasn't been here. He didn't sit in the sun. He didn't sit under the tent. He sat with his feet propped up watching it, eating ice cream.
Here's 3-0. And Ison's going to grab first base, 4 pitches and 4 straight balls. And Raceland will have a runner on with no outs.
First walk of the ball game given up by Skaggs.
Here comes Webb, who is a power hitter. It would take a kid the size of Webb to get one out of this park. We know he's got the power to do it. Has held East Carter scoreless. So far, runner on first. Skaggs from the stretch. See if Raceland gets a little bit more aggressive. Throw over to first. Not in time. Ison takes an extra step there, as I think that Coach Mills is going to try to get second base right here.
Top of the 7th inning in girls softball. Rowan County still leading 1-0.
Ison gets an extra step. Here's the pitch to Webb as Skaggs kind of slips a little bit. We've kind of seen that a little bit of issue out of the mound in this tournament, the footing a little bit. And I think that comes to the field needs rain. It needs a little bit of rain.
Got a lot of it on Saturday, but it drained well, didn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, except for if you're over there where Mr. Jeff Irwin's out there on first base, I think all the water ended up over there. 1-0 is the count. Runner goes. This one's fouled. Straight back. He would have been there. Ison would have reached second easily, and I don't even think Barker would have thrown it. What's going on here? Was they going to call a balk? They're going to say he went before.
So there is no balk.
There's no balk, but it was a foul ball. They said, I guess they're saying he took off before Skaggs went into the windup. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, could be the only thing.
Yeah. So Raceland will have a runner in scoring position with one of their better power hitters at the plate, 1-1. Now it looks like Barker and Skaggs are going to have a little meeting here. And as Jeremiah came out of the dugout and said, what the heck's going on? That's the only thing I can think of.
First base, see if Jeff Irwin, I can't see the camera. If he's having trouble? Or?
No, he's over there. He's doing just fine. Jeff Irwin don't have no trouble. That guy's an expert.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's behind the other
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I got you.
1-1 to Webb. Runner in
he is an
scoring position.
expert. He's a dandy.
Oh, yeah. Webb squares the bunt. This is a strike, and it's 1-2. One and two, but no outs. Runner in scoring position for Raceland. Here's the pitch. This one just misses. I tell you, I don't think Webb could take that pitch again, Jim.
Skaggs getting a little upset though. He's got to calm himself down.
Two and two's the count. No outs, runner in scoring position. Skaggs from the stretch. Here's the pitch. This one misses low. Ison's going to go all the way to third as this ball rolls all the way back here to the fence. So Raceland threatening to make this a 2-0 game here in the second inning. On a beautiful evening just outside of West Liberty, Kentucky. You kind of got to know where you're going to find this baseball field. If you go to the high school, you're not going to find it. Skaggs kind of with his arms out trying to figure out what's going on here.
Just upset at himself.
Yeah.
Not getting the ball over.
Skaggs is a kid who has very high expectations for himself. Here's the full count. Webb squares the bunt, lays down a bunt. Throw over to first. Nobody was there. It was a good play by Tom Malone to kind of eat that.
Nobody at second. Throw it in the center field.
There's nobody at third either.
Tom Malone's got over there in a hurry. I don't know why they didn't throw the ball to first. There was a man covering first base on the bunt.
Next up, number 18, Connor Thacker.
The second baseman did get over there, but they didn't throw it for some reason.
Coach Jeremiah Shear is going to come out here and try to calm his team down just a little bit as Raceland has made this a 2-0 game.
So that was a safety squeeze bunt. As Isom broke and then stopped and then saw the bunt laid down and came home, there was not going to be a play at the plates. For some reason, didn't make the play at first, but the runner decided to go to second. The play there went into center field, and that allowed the runner to almost get to third base, but Tom Lotus got over there real quick.
That was a really good bunt by Webb.
He made the throw and then got to third to try and cover.
Yeah.
Great bunt by Webb.
And it was a gutsy time to do it, a full count.
So the safety squeeze scores a run.
2-0.
And then the error on the third baseman on the throw to second with nobody there allows
Webb staying at second.
Actually, there won't be an error there because he went to second on his own.
Looks like we got a pinch runner for the guy at second. And here comes Thacker, who scored the game-winning run against Rowan County last night.
Mm-hmm. So there was no error on the play because even though the throw got into center field, the runner did not advance. And he was going to second on his own. There was no throw at first, so no errors.
Still no outs.
Got to try to minimize the damage right here if you're East Carter.
This one's popped straight in the air by Thacker. Good play by Skaggs. There's one away. That's kind of the dangers of bunting. Is get a lot of those little bloopers at the infield.
But I still like that call because, you know, you and I talked about it yesterday a lot. You've got no outs, a runner at second. You're going to try to bunt him over to third so that a fly ball to the outfield will bring him in.
Right. Here comes Kearns. 9-1-2 are due up for Raceland. One away.
It didn't work, but I like it. It's the right strategy.
This one misses high, 1-0. Connor Hughes over on deck.
Kearns in this tournament 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
This one's a hard hit ball up the middle. It's going to be a tough play by Scott, who can't get the play. This is going to score a run. Raceland now leads 3-0.
RBI single.
RBI single from Kearns.
Brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup.
Next up, number 1, Connor Hughes.
Still only one out here. East Carter's hoping they get a ground ball here to try to get out of this inning. Raceland hopes that they can just keep it going, man. They've just really shot out of a cannon here to begin this game and have scored in the most ways that you wouldn't think they normally would. And here we are sitting at 3-0 Rams.
Hughes 2 for 8 here in the tournament.
Throw to first, not in time. Hughes grounded out his last time up. Here's the pitch, strike called. 0-1 with one away. Last thing you want to do is put Connor Hughes on base. I think he's pretty fast.
Yeah, a little bit.
This one misses inside, 1-1.
I like the way Gary Hell, when The pitcher looks in at him, whichever pitcher it is, like, in disbelief. He just puts the sign up.
Well,
immediately.
Just from what I saw from here, we're kind of to the left of the plate. It looked inside.
Yeah, it was.
Here's the pitch, fouled away. Quickly, the count is 1-2. Skaggs trying to get rid of Hughes. Get the second out of this bottom half of the second inning. Throw over first, not in time.
Lewis County is going to bat in the bottom of the 7th, down 1-0. 7, 8, and 9 due up. They are 0-6 so far in the game. The one run that Rowland scored was on an error.
Well, Raceland hadn't had any trouble scoring runs so far tonight. And we talked about a little bit in the pregame that throw over the first. Not in time.
He was safe.
Talked a little about in pregame that East Carter really hadn't hit the ball real well so far in this tournament. They're going to have to do it here.
Now, here's the thing. You're down 3-0, but it's only the second inning.
It's only the second inning, but they're going to, you're down 3 runs early. And if you're going to be down 3 runs, you'd rather it be early.
But you need to get out of this inning with no more damage done.
Right. 2-2, 1 away. Runner on first, Skaggs from the stretch. Here's the pitch. This one misses inside, so after a 0-2 count, the count goes full. I'm so glad that I do not have a child that was playing in this game. I'd be up walking around, it'd be like watching a UK basketball game. Here's a pitch. Hughes swings and misses it. And they're going to get him. He's out. Yep. So,
yes, but you don't have to throw down because the runner was occupying first, although he stole second.
Yep.
So second strikeout brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson and Flatwoods. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Here comes Fannin, who singled his last time up. I'll tell you what, Martin Mills, man, he's got some serious speed on this team.
Both these teams do.
Absolutely. You talk about the Scott brothers and Blake Hall and Sexton and Hutchinson. Talk about those kids. I'm not leaving anybody out. And even Tom Alonis himself, really fast. I mean.
And you got Ison and Hughes and Fannin.
Oh, yeah.
Even Cold Iron's got speed. Hit
this one's going to get Fannin. Breaking ball that just didn't break. I mean, I think all of Raceland's wide receiving core was in the lineup for Coach Mills. Here's Cold Iron, who flew out his last time up.
Yeah, popped up to the catcher.
Base hit here would almost certainly score another run and make it 4-0. Here's the pitch. This one misses outside. 1-0.
Can't tell if there's bullpen activity because, it's to our left.
It's to our left, but right. I think if there was going to be a pitching change, it would happen within the infield.
Webb is warming up in the Raceland bullpen just because he wants to stay loose. This has been a long bottom of the second inning.
It has. 1-0. Here's the pitch. This one's hit over to the second baseman, who's bobbling, throws the first, not in time.
That'll load him up. That'll be an E4. Second error of the ball game by East Carter.
And Lind, who singled his last time up, is going to come to the plate with the bases loaded. East Carter needs to remember that they can touch any base, and in this half of the inning, in the second inning, Raceland's trying to add more to it. Three to nothing, Raceland leads. Bases are loaded. Skaggs pitch to Lind. So misses outside. 1-0. This one's fouled straight back. Of course, we thought that we'd see Bowen tonight halfway through, we weren't sure the injury status on him, and it ended up being a lot worse than we thought it'd be. And not saying Skaggs isn't worthy of it, but Bowen's their second pitcher. That's what he is. And he's unable to go tonight due to an arm injury, and so Skaggs kind of standing in, doing okay so far.
Big out if he can get it right here.
Big out right here. Kind of got to get over this hill out of the second inning. One and two to Lind. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. This one's hit straight up the middle and caught by Skaggs.
Oh,
what a catch. It spikes the baseball, and that'll end the second inning. We'll head to the top of the third. Raceland puts 2 more across. It's 3-0 Rams on Cool TV.
Since 1959, Ashland Office Supply Office USA has been your one-stop shop for all your product needs, offering great service, competitive pricing, and quality products. From general supplies like pens, calendars, and envelopes, to supplies like laser toners, inkjet cartridges, ribbons, and paper, to equipment like laser printers, inkjet printers, shredders, and more. Ashland Office Supply Office USA has it all. Go online to ashlandoffice.com or call 800-926-1267. Ashland Office Supply Office USA, 2129 Street, Ashland.
Osmond Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmondpharmacy.com. Osmond Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osmond Pharmacy and Grill today. Osmond Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
You hear the words banking convenience. Well, at Citizens Bank of Kentucky, we take it to the next step. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with our new ATMs. To make a deposit, follow the easy steps. The Citizens Bank of Kentucky ATM will accept your deposits, and you can deposit cash and checks at the same time.
Citizens Bank of Kentucky, the right bank for your life.
County, as we get ready to go the top of the third inning through 2. East Carter, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left on base. Raceland, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 4 left on base. This regional tournament game brought to you in part by Ashland Credit Union. Your path will lead to their low rates. By the Ashland Y, programs for every member of the family, including upcoming summer day camps for kids. Also brought to you in part by Grayson Sporting Goods. You'll find everything you need for every sport at Grayson Sporting Goods. And Kurt Robinson, State Farm Insurance. Let Kurt take care of all your insurance need. It'll be 9-1-2 for East Carter here in the third. Levi Hutchinson, then the top of the order to face Braden Webb.
Levi was a very, very busy man yesterday, especially over there in right field. And laid down one of the prettier bunts we've seen in this tournament last night against Greenup County.
Webb having trouble getting the sign from his armband. Now he's ready to go, and here's the pitch, and it's low ball 1. Raceland, one of those teams that the pitcher actually gets the sign from the dugout and looks at his wristband.
I'll tell you what, Webb's kind of been lights out for the Rams so far. East Carter needs to try to break that ice, and they've got to answer here.
Pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. It's a high traffic area, you know.
It is, it is. Here's the 1-1. This one's golfed. And
it's a fly ball. It's going to be
tough play, and they make it.
Good job. Going over towards the fence and right at the fence. And making the catch is the first baseman for Raceland, Caden Shore. And there's one away.
Top of the lineup here for East Carter.
Tate Scott lined out to the second baseman in the first inning. Webb winds and the pitch. Curveball strike.
Really good breaking ball there.
Break away from the left-handed hitter.
So these Carters kind of got punched in the mouth here early. It's interesting how they respond.
Swing and a mitt, and the bat goes flying. Luckily back towards the dugout instead of out towards the pitcher's mound.
Another one of those killer slurs, and I don't call it a slur. People will disagree with me. It acts like a slider, but it has a slight curve to it and goes all the way the length of the plate.
And really breaks away from the left-handed hitter bad. This one breaks away and down, but it's in the dirt. 1-2.
And I think he's the only pitcher that really has that in his arsenal that we've seen so far. You know, Wireman's got a really good breaking ball. Tomalonis, J.K. McKnight, maybe Vanover's got a really good one, but I don't think they're on par with Mr. Webb's breaking ball. Just an opinion.
1-2 pitch on the way and swung on. Ground ball hit the second. Second baseman has it. Throws over in time. 2 down.
Next up, number 30.
That'll bring up Evan Goodman. Strikeout victim back in the first. Got caught looking.
He's due. He's due.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of this tournament.
Of course, I see his dad out there in right center field. And of course, the whole Goodman family, very just super great people.
First pitch is low, ball 1.
You know, when I first started out at East Card, I got to cover Evan's brother, Connor, really good receiver for Coach Tim Champlin and great baseball player for Coach Shearer.
1-0 pitch. Strike called 1-1. Andrew Tomalonis on deck if Goodman can get aboard.
Now, both of Chad's kids were way better athletes than he was, but you know, Chad said he was pretty fast back in the day.
1-1 pitch, strike 2 at the knees. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on.
Webb only 32 pitches to this point.
And this pitch, wicked curveball, breaks a little low. 2-2.
If he's working the curveball as well as he can, it's almost unhittable, Jim.
Yeah, it has that sinker effect to it.
It does, man. I mean, it's a killer.
2-2 delivery. Swung on, fly ball. Right field. Cold iron has a beat on it, makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs for East Carter in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Raceland leads at 3-0 in this 16th Region Championship game on Cool TV.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eilena Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Bottom of the third inning. Raceland up on East Carter 3-0 in this championship game. Congratulations to the Lady Vikings of Rowan County. They are the 16th Region Softball Champions. They knocked off Lewis County 1-0. That's the final. Rowan County 1, Lewis County 0. Rowan County wins the 16th Region Softball Championship.
Congratulations to Rowan County, but, you know, it's kind of been one of those things where you just pencil in Lewis County in the regional final in softball. They've just kind of built a powerhouse machine up there.
What a game. 1-0, and the only run scores on an error.
Yep.
I mean, that means great pitching all the way around for 7 innings.
You know what the most popular sport in the world is? Soccer. Most of those games in 1-0.
Yeah. That's why it's not real popular with me. But it's okay. I can watch it. Have many times. Done soccer. Pitch is in the dirt. And the count goes 1-1 to
Shore.
Shore, who struck out in the first inning.
Pitched a really good game yesterday against the Vikings.
Skaggs ready in the pitch. Strike called at the knees. Good pitch. Sort of ran inside on him a little bit. 1-2.
Of course, I know all these kids by name, and they know me by name. I could literally, every kid that comes to the play, I could say, this is a really good kid because, that's just the way kids are these days.
Pitch swung on, fouled off.
They're not like we were, Jim, back in the day. See, we were bad kids.
Not me. No way. You might have been.
You know what? I was actually always respectful, always. And I wasn't afraid to be confrontational and stand my ground, but I was always yes, sir, no, sir.
One-two pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
Skaggs up to 41 pitches right now. Of course, Webb is in the lower 30s, and it seems like Skaggs has thrown a lot more pitches than Webb, but it's really, really close so far.
Yep. Pitch just a little bit low, 3-2.
I'll tell you what, I don't think that he can take that pitch again, and Shore knows it. Count goes full. If it's anywhere close, I think that he'll strike him out. Shore trying to get keep that momentum going at the play that Raceland's built early here.
Nobody out, nobody on. Leadoff man here in the bottom of the third for Raceland. 3-2 count. And the pitch is lined down the first base line. That is a fair ball. That will go to the corner. Shore rounds first. He'll head to second, and he'll hold up with a double. And Davey Anderson was right there to make the call, and it was, right down the line.
It's a fair ball from my view. I thought it was a good call there by Davey, and here comes Eisen with a runner in scoring position. So Raceland just really has throttled the baseball so far tonight, leading 3-0 here in the regional championship game.
Fourth hit of the game brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup. Brings up Eisen, who walked and scored in that second inning. Will he try to bunt him over the third? I'm going to say yes.
I think he will, just by looking at the way he's standing. Look for him to square right here in just a second. Doesn't.
Nope. And hit him. So that puts runners at first and second.
Next up, number 5, Braden Webb.
I tell you, you hate to say this, but it's true. You kind of wonder when Coach Shearer may be thinking about a pitching change here, because I don't think you can afford to have another multiple run inning if you're East Carter.
Right now they got runners at first and second, nobody out. And Braden Webb coming to the plate. He made that beautiful bunt on the safety squeeze that scored a run.
He has a chance to help himself out here with a runner in scoring position.
You might have Webb bunting again here. They're going to come in on the grass at third and at first. And he's going to swing. And he hits this one into right field. And nobody can advance. There's one away.
Sounded good off the bat, though.
Next up, number 18.
They'll bring up Connor Thacker, who popped up to the pitcher back in the second inning.
Played a good game against Rowan County. Of course, scored the game-winning run. We mentioned that, but plays left field over there and had a really good defensive game also.
Really thought that they would bunt Webb after that first bunt he had was laid down so nice.
Yeah.
Try to get the runner over in scoring position with a fly ball, but elected to let him hit. Now there's one out. Pitch to Thacker. Check swing.
Of course, Thacker threw out a guy from left field to second. You know, he's one of those guys. We saw him pitch there in Game 1 against Morgan County. No offense to Morgan County, but drawing them was a huge advantage for Raceland. They could save their best pitchers. And
well, you know, to be fair though, East Carter's draw with Fleming was.
It was.
Both of these teams got good draws in the first.
It was, yeah, definitely. And I think that's half the reason why they're able to rest some of their best pitchers.
Both of them had mercy rules.
Absolutely. You wouldn't expect anything different. These are two of the top 3 teams in the region that you're watching right here.
But they got stiff competition in the semifinals, and both of them prevailed in this stiff competition.
Yeah, which is a sign of great teams.
Yep. Pitch in the dirt. So the count now goes to 3-0 to Thacker. You have runners at first and second. You have 1 out.
Really good plate discipline by Thacker right here.
Skaggs from the stretch and the pitch.
Good pitch by Skaggs. If you're Skaggs, you really got to dig deep here. He's a tough kid. He's really just going to have to dig deep here and get the Raiders out of this bottom of the 3rd inning, get them to the top of the 4th, and see if they can get something going.
Pitch, swing and a miss. 3-2, so down 3 and up behind the count 3-0. He gets 2 strikes. He's ready to go. He told his catcher to sit down a minute ago. He was ready. He's in the windup right now before Thacker can get back in there.
You know, we've seen that a couple of times where, not in that instance, but we've seen time being granted when the pitcher's already in the windup and the batter's in the box.
I think Skaggs works better when he works fast, don't you?
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. He hit him. That is his 3rd hit batter. 2 of them in this inning. And that loads him up.
For East Carter, you're kind of desperate here for a ground ball.
Jeremy Kearns, an RBI single in the 2nd.
Very hard hit ball. As Coach Shear kind of gets a little bit closer to that exit of the dugout. I think 1 run right here, and he's going to probably make a change.
In at 1st and 3rd, 2nd and short will stay at double play depth. With 1 out.
Ground ball here would be the best scenario for East Carter.
Ground ball, high chopper, going to be hard. Going to have to play it at first.
Did
they get him?
Got him.
Yes.
But run's going to score. It's 4-0 Rams.
So that'll go from 6-3, but the run batted in to now make it a 4-0 ball game with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And Connor Hughes, a strikeout victim in the 2nd, grounded out in the 1st.
Really good play there by Scott, handling a very hard chopper and regaining control and throwing it over to first. Connor Hughes grounded out his first time at bat. Back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, struck out the last time. Pitch called
really
strike.
Good pitch there by Skaggs.
No balls, 1 strike.
And you look at both of these teams, there is no weakness in the lineup. Anybody that stands in the in the box for either one of these teams, 1 through 9, can hit the ball very, very well.
Pitch is low. 1-1. Skaggs only 54 pitches.
He's done a lot better job managing the game here.
He's only walked 1, but he's hit 3.
Yeah.
And those are free passes. I mean, you give up free passes. It's tough.
Good
Here's
pitch.
A called strike.
What a pitch there.
1-2 to Hughes.
Anxiety in the stands is growing.
Skaggs goes to the wind up with runners at 2nd and 3rd, and here's the pitch and just missed a little bit outside.
I thought it was a little bit high also. Skaggs probably didn't like that call, but
2-2.
Looked a little out of the zone to me.
Two-two pitch. Ground ball.
It's going to be a tough play.
Up the hole into center field. 1 run in. Here comes the throw, and they'll cut it off, and a second run in. The runner goes to second. So Hughes with a 2-run single to center field.
Next up, number 10, Parker Fannin.
And that brings home Eisen and brings home Thacker. And it leaves a runner at second base. And Jeremiah Shearer making his way out to the mound, where I'm sure we're going to see a pitching change, as 3 runs have come in to make it a 6-0 ball game. And can't tell, but I'm sure he is making a change.
Scott that's going to come in.
So we'll take a break and we'll come back and tell you about it. But we're in the bottom of the third, and Raceland has opened up a 6-0 lead over East Carter in the 16th Region Championship game. Back in a moment on Cool TV.
Mike's Sporting Goods is here for all your sporting goods and uniform needs. Whether it be youth leagues, travel, middle or high school sports, we are your team specialty store. We offer custom uniforms at competitive prices, along with any equipment you may need, such as bats, gloves, helmets, shoulder pads, balls, Letterman jackets, custom patches, or anything in between. Let us supply your sporting good needs. Call us at 606-393-3050 or stop into Mike's Sporting Goods, 224 9th Street, Ashland. Let us be your team.
Taking place as Connor Skaggs goes 2 2/3. He's given up 6 runs. He gave up only 5 hits. He walked 1, struck out 2, and he hit 3 batters.
Yeah, I wouldn't put all of 6 runs on all of Skaggs. I mean, there's been some errors that East Carter's made in the infield.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you got to get, at some point, you have to give Raceland credit, man. They've hit the ball very, very well tonight. They've executed bunts. They've been very aggressive on their base running. And, you know, not saying East Carter hasn't put the bat on the ball, but they've hit it right to defenders. So, you know, East Carter's really going to have to dig deep here. And, you know, it's kind of like what your dad used to say. What are you made of right here? Adversity is hit. You've been hit in the mouth. Now how do you respond?
So coming in to pitch will be Tate Scott. And he'll come in with a runner at second base, 2 down. He has an 0.98 ERA, 4-0 on the year. 35 2/3 innings, 23 hits, 14 runs, 5 of them earned, 22 walks, 47 strikeouts.
Face Parker Fannin.
Fannin?
I believe so.
Singled and got hit by a pitch, and he lines this one down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to get all the way to the fence, and it's going to be a 7-0 ball game. And Fannin will go for 3, and he's going to go back. Now they've got him in a rundown. And
got him.
And they'll try to tag him, and they do. But it is an RBI double for Fannin, and then Fannin is tagged out between second and third base for the 3rd out. But another run comes in. 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits. And after 3, it is now 7-0 in favor of Raceland here on Cool TV.
Promote your brand, idea, event, or organization with area advertising. As a locally owned company in Ashland, we've been providing full, personalized marketing services and products to customers across the tri-state area since 1975. We offer exceptional advertising and graphic design solutions, from screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving to banners, signs, trophies, and other customizable promotional items. At Area Advertising, our business is making your business look better. Contact us today.
Scott Sharp, your 100th district representative, wishes the best of luck to all the 16th regional teams. Just as Scott Sharp works hard for you, he understands the hard work each team puts in to get to this regional competition. As your representative, his team puts forth all they have for the betterment of Kentuckians. Continue to strive to be the best, young athletes. Best of luck to all of you from your 100th District Representative, Scott Sharp.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Through 3 innings of this championship game, Raceland has 7 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. East Carter, no runs on only 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left on base. And leading things off for East Carter will be Andrew Tomalonis, who flew out to right field in the first. And he looks, got a called strike.
You know, it's ironic that, I think I mentioned in the pregame, if Webb only threw 34, 35 pitches and it was the 4th inning, East Carter would probably be in trouble.
And he's at 35, and we're in the 4th inning. There's a pitch in the dirt. This regional tournament game brought to you in part by Double Drizzle, where you'll find great cupcakes, cookies, and more. And by Texas Roadhouse, the home of great steaks, salads, and, of course, those great tasting rolls.
For East Carter, it's one of those things, you've taken Raceland's biggest hit. Now, how do you respond?
Line down the left field line, foul.
Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. And, Skaggs didn't really pitch that bad, man. You've got to give Raceland credit. And it's hard to see that from the East Carter side, but, man, they have really just hit the ball very well tonight.
Pitch swung on, grounded.
Tough play.
Foul down the third baseline. I think when you look back at Skaggs' outing, it's not necessarily
there were some errors, and there were some different,
But he did walk 1 and hit 3, so he gave up 4 free passes.
Sure did, and
that hurts in 3 innings.
Raceland's first run came on an error.
Yes.
So,
Pitch outside.
At the end of the day, East Carter's going to have to hit the ball anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many runs you give up. If you don't score any, you ain't going to win anyways.
Right. You got to get the bat on the ball against a pretty good pitcher in Braden Webb. 2-2 right now to Tomalonis. And here's a line shot to the shortstop in the hole. Long throw.
They got him.
Got him.
What a play.
Good play from the hole.
Well, it's Connor Hughes over there.
Yep.
Next up, number
6-3 for the putout. Brings up Ty Scott, singled to left field.
I've come to know these East Carter players very, very well, and they're just super great kids. And it's not that they're playing real bad. It's just, I tell you, Raceland they were just ready to go, man. I mean, just tattooed the baseball from the first inning.
Pitch, strike called.
You mentioned it a little bit in the pregame, man. You can never predict these games, ever.
And I think we talked about this, too, as Webb gets ready for the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. We talked about you come off a high like last night,
right.
9-inning game, scoring like you did. Sometimes that doesn't necessarily translate to being emotionally ready the next day.
Right.
You're a little bit flatter.
Well, both these teams have played 3 games in 3 days. So, I mean, it's just,
the way it is. 0-2 pitch. Missed.
You can't take that one again. I tell you what, that was a really, really good pitch there by Webb.
1-2. He's only at 43 pitches here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, East Carter's going to have to start putting the bat on the ball.
One-two pitch, swung on, ground ball.
There you go.
Into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Ty Scott.
He's going all the way to second. The ball rolls all the way to the fence, Jim.
And he is going to be there a stand-up. Now, I don't know if that has to be an error on the
must have
fielder.
went through the legs of Connor Thacker out there.
Single to left field and an E on the left fielder.
Here comes Blake Hall.
That puts a runner in scoring position. Brings up Blake Hall, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Hit brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy.
You go back to the way Webb has pitched all season long. You kind of put him in that conversation you got to with Wireman and Tom Alonis. I mean, he is just, when he's on the mound, I mean, he puts the fear of God in the other team. And you've got a couple of those pitchers around here. East Carter has one of them in Tom Alonis, and we've seen Wireman against Boyd County.
Yeah, Webb 6-1 on the year, 1.10 ERA. Pitch missed inside to Hall. Pitch swung on, slow roller out in front of the mound. Webb has it. He'll throw to first and get the play.
It's going to be close
Runner
play
will
third.
go to third, and they throw it away.
East Carter on the board.
So the first error, or the second error of the inning, first mental error also of throwing the ball to third with the runner going.
So maybe the momentum that East Carter needed to maybe get something going here, kind of close that gap.
So 1-3 and then an E3 on the throw, which allows the runner to come home. Unearned run. And it brings up Jackson Barker, hit by the pitcher in the second inning.
And Barker is one of those guys that has some serious power, serious power.
He's one of those guys that will always take one for the team.
Absolutely. One of the tougher kids on this Raider baseball team.
Swinging a ball a little bit out of the strike zone up top, fouls it back to the backstop.
He's one of those kids that doesn't fear a whole lot. I seen him yesterday stand in there, and I don't even think they had to beg him to get out of the batter's box in between pitches.
Yeah, he doesn't back out.
No, he don't.
1-1. Swung on, hit hard to center field, but not hard enough. And coming in, making the catch is the center fielder, Parker Fannin. And that'll do it for East Carter. But they do get one on one hit, 2 Raceland errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is Raceland 7, East Carter 1 on Cool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Stop wishing you were debt-free. Start consolidating. Members Choice Credit Union is committed to helping you take control of your finances this new year. And all it takes is a personal loan. Imagine one monthly payment at a great interest rate. Stop worrying about debt. Start taking control of your finances. Consolidate your debt today with the help of your credit union family at Members Choice. Visit us online at mccu.net.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back here at Morgan County, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Raceland with a 7-1 lead. And they'll have Clodiron, Lind, and Shore coming to the plate.
A little bit of a different look here, though, you know. They kind of zeroed in on Skaggs. Now they're going to have to deal with Scott, who's been pretty successful as a relief pitcher and a starting pitcher for East Carter this year. He's pitched quite a few innings. And
leading off number 7, Clay Coldiron.
Coldiron popped up to the catcher and reached on an error on the second baseman.
He will be missed by Coach Mike Sammons.
Yes. Pitch called strike on the inside part of the plate from Tate Scott, who came in, gave up a hit, but then got the final out and got East out of that inning. Pitch is way upstairs.
Of course, Mr. Cold Iron has went to media day two straight years for Coach Mike Simmons. Multi-sport athlete at Raceland.
Here's a fly ball, center field, caught, one away. That'll bring up Eli Lynn, has an infield hit and lined out to the pitcher.
14,
And I mean lined out.
He sure did. And he woke up Mr. Skaggs, that's for sure. If you're going to hit a fly ball, you hit it to the worst guy you could, and that's Mr. Blake Hall out there in center field. As somebody's car alarm's going off. Somebody's sitting on their keys. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty strong key fob to be able to reach from here. Don't you think? I mean, that's probably...
I'd say they're out there. They're sitting out there. Swing and a miss. We didn't reach from here. We can't get our transponder to reach out to center field. We had to bring it in.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no way key fob did. Scott looks in. And the 0-1 pitch to Lynn is in the dirt, 1-1.
Scott's kind of got an interesting release. He kind of hides the ball the whole way until he's ready to release it. So you really never really know what he's going to throw until it's right on top of you.
Two-one pitch in the dirt, 3-1.
As we get deeper into this game, I think that, East Carter's at the point now where I don't think they can afford it. They obviously can't afford to give up anything more as far as runs from Raceland.
Right. Because you get into the danger of, 10-run rule.
Whoa.
Here's a fly ball deep to left field, and that one is over the fence for a double. Ground rule double. As Lynn got a hold of that one and one bounce, and it's over the fence.
I tell you what, at most fields, that would have been in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, number 8, Caden Shore.
That ground rule double brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup. Puts a runner in scoring position. And going in to run once again is Zane Bailey for the catcher. Brings up Caden Shore. Struck out and doubled down the right field line. Pitch swung on, ground ball, hit into the hole, and it's going to get into right field. Will they send the runner? They will. Here comes the throw. There will be a plate, and he's out.
The runner tried to plead his case, but it wasn't even close.
No. The only thing Gary Helm was looking at to see if the catcher held on to the ball.
I love it, though. I love that he tried to plead his case and kind of made it a little bit more interesting, but he was out by multiple feet.
When he got up after that head first slide, he looked like Pigpen from Charlie Brown, didn't he?
Oh, I tell you what, he's going to have to use
Dust everywhere.
A couple of Tide Pods and a whole bottle of Pantene until he's clean.
So that'll be another hit, a single to right field for sure. But then not Lynn, but the runner for him out on a nice throw. 9-2 for the putout.
What a throw, though, from Hutchinson from right field. I mean, on the money. You got to thank both these teams, man. They really return a lot of talent next year.
Yep. Parker Ison up. Looked at ball one, now looks at ball two. He has walked and been hit by the pitcher and scored both times.
I'd say he's had a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, when you score 2 runs and you officially haven't even been at the plate.
Right.
2-0 pitch, popped up, foul now to play.
Over there by our good
Skaggs
friend.
did move to first base, by the way, when Scott came in to pitch.
Of course, we want to thank Austin and our good friend Jeff Irwin over there on first base. We're wrapping things up tonight in Morgan County.
Steps off. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Runner at first. Pitch swung on, ground ball. Hit towards the right. Second baseman has it. Throws. Got him. For Raceland in the 4th inning. No runs. They do get a couple of hits. And they leave a runner on. We'll be back as we go to the 5th. It's Raceland 7, East Carter 1 on Cool TV.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net. The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. And Braden Webb ready to face Jackson Barker, who was hit by the pitch in the 2nd inning.
This is Sexton.
Or excuse me, you're right. Gavin Sexton, who flew out to right field in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1.
I'm kind of getting that point of the game, Jim, where it's almost desperation time for East Carter. You can't go in the bottom of top of the 7th down 6 runs.
There's a base hit in the center field. Smashed right up the middle.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Leadoff man on base. Base hit. Brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup.
And I don't think, it's a conversation that we have a lot during games. You bunt here, and I think when you're down 6, you can't. You just can't. You need more than one anyways, and you really don't want to sacrifice an out when you can risk getting a base hit. And Skaggs got an RBI single last night, so, trying to put that record on repeat here.
So Skaggs, the strikeout victim in the 2nd. Swings and fouls this one off out of play. Runner at first, nobody out in the 5th for East Carter. They trail by 6.
Of course, it worked out perfect for us. We got 2 cool hit schools in the regional championship and great relationships with both of those and just great kids on both teams. And, man, Webb has really been dialed in so far.
Checks the runner over at first base. He'll come to the plate. It's in the dirt. Good job by the catcher, Lynn. Keep that one in front of him. 1-1 the count to Connor Skaggs. Started the game, went 2 2/3 innings. Gave up the 7 runs.
Runner
going, fly ball. Foul territory, third base. And
he got it.
The catch, he does. Runner has to get back in a hurry.
Next up, number 11, Levi Hutchinson.
So pop up to third in foul territory, 1 away, brings up Levi Hutchinson, who popped up to first back in the 3rd inning. First pitch swung on, popped up down the right field line, foul territory.
Long run.
Giving chase, can't get there. Cold Iron plays, shades most people towards center. So that makes that a really long run to get to the foul line.
Well, if there's a ball hitting the gap here, it's going to hit in the gap. You're not going to be able to run it down. Just the separation between the outfielders for both teams is just tremendous. You got to think they're close to 40 or 50 yards separated.
He dropped the ball, but did not. No balk was called because he had not come set or anything. So Webb steps off.
Webb actually puts the ball in his left hand and then comes together with his glove before delivering. You don't usually see that a whole lot.
Throws the first, they got him picked off. Here's the throw, and he's out.
I mean, Webb really's got a quick trigger trying to pick off runners at first base.
Yeah, runner was going. He sensed it and threw to first, and the first baseman throws it down to the shortstop covering, and they get him.
Kind of the worst thing that could have happened if you're East Carter.
Yeah, get the leadoff man on, then he gets picked off.
Now there's 2 away when you had a guy on first with no outs.
Pitch. Misses, 1-1.
I'll tell you what, somebody may have given the keys to one of their kids. And
we see the lights going off and on.
That's East Carter. They're trying to get in the head of Webb out there. And they're turning on their car alarms. Obviously, I'm kidding. Oh, I told you. What'd I tell you?
Hey, went off.
Looky there. Like you said, we can't even get the camera to work in center field. This guy's got his minivan key fob, and he's hit it with no problem.
I think somebody else has got one out there. Here's a swing and a miss. I think he's trying desperately back here, but somebody else has got one out there.
Did you hear what he said? He said, it's going off, and there ain't no way it's even reaching from here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Hutchinson. Webb ready at a 1-2, low 2-2.
Ooh.
Good pitch trying to make him chase it. Webb has only struck out 2.
No, East Carter's done a very good job of protecting the plate and putting bat on the ball, but
just can't get a hit.
Just can't
2
get
hits.
a hit.
2-2 pitch, misses way outside.
And, you know, Webb's only at 59 pitches right now. So he's got, 75, just about, about 65 to.
He's got 65 more pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even halfway there. And we're in the 5th inning. Say great command. Payoff pitch on the way. And he walked him.
Good at bat there for Hutchinson.
And that is the first walk given up by Webb.
I talked to him a little before the game, kind of dealing with a little banged up ankle, kind of twisted it up yesterday running the bases.
Brings up Tate Scott, lined out to second, grounded out to second. He's 0 for 2. Comes up with Hutchinson on down at first base and 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Webb checks the runner. Comes to the plate, curveball, strike.
Wow, I mean, really just froze Scott there. It comes out like a fastball. You would think it ain't going to break as much as it does, but, man, it really goes across the plate.
Oh, 1 pitch. Misses inside with that one. It broke in on him and down.
And you're kind of waiting on that, all great teams, and East Carter's a great team. You're waiting for that big run. They're going to make a run. Is it right now with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, or is it next inning? There's going to be a run. They're not just going to go down quiet.
Webb checks the runner. Comes to the plate, swung on, ground ball first. First baseman has it. He'll go to second, and he'll throw it away. And that's going to go all the way to the fence. That'll score a run. Again, errors, mental mistakes.
See, Hutchinson dealing with that banged-up ankle really just limped across home plate there.
Here's the key. You had 2 outs.
All you had to do is throw it to first.
All you got to do is throw it to your pitcher covering or try to beat him yourself. Why go to second?
Yeah.
There was no sense in that.
And now East Carter, with another runner in scoring position, has cut this lead down to 5, which doesn't seem like a small lead, but momentum works in different ways, man. They can cut it to 1 run real quick. You know, when both of these teams are so good, Jim, and we kind of put an analogy on it. Yesterday, they're one of those teams that they're tied at 1-0, and you go get a pop and a hot dog, you come back and it's 7-7.
Well, that'll be a fielder's choice and an error on the first baseman, which allows Scott to go to second base. The run comes in to score. But the thing for Shore is he didn't have to make that play. He already had 2 outs.
Sure did, and I'll tell you what.
Go to first.
If anybody was ever due, it's Mr. Goodman at the plate.
Yep, 0 for 2. First pitch upstairs, ball 1.
As this game's going along, I know he's only thrown 65 pitches, but it looks like the accuracies kind of went away here in this half of the inning for Webb.
I think if you're Webb, you're thinking I should be out of this inning.
Right. Well, I mean,
I picked the guy
right.
off. You know, I made him hit a ground ball to first.
Right.
Fly ball.
This one's going to be
center
caught.
field. Center fielder has a beat, makes the catch, and that'll do it. But East Carter comes up with 1 more run. They do it on 1 hit. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now Raceland 7, East Carter 2 on Cool TV.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The Tri-State's best gun and ammo store. The best fishing and archery department in the Tri-State, along with a full collection of benchmark and case knives. Borders Sporting Goods features the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the Tri-State, as well as a vast collection of turkey shotguns. Borders is your stop for the best fishing products from Lew's, Shimano, Abu Garcia, St. Croix, and G. Loomis, as well as Berkeley and Strike King lures. For all your hunting and fishing needs, visit Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West, Ashland.
County High School, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Raceland leading 7-2.
Leading off number 5, Braden Webb.
And for Raceland, it'll be Webb, Thacker, and Kern, 7, 8, and 9 here in the 5th. To face Tate Scott, who came in the 3rd. He's not giving up any runs. And he's given up 3 hits, but no runs. And the first pitch is a little bit upstairs.
When you talk about the Scott brothers, man, very, very super good athletes. I mean, just phenomenal athletes.
Pitch swung on, fouled out of play. 1-1. People going see to the blankets and to the jackets now. I came prepared tonight.
You know what I keep my thermostat at in my house?
I came prepared with jeans and
You sure did.
pullover. I got cold last night. 1-1 pitch outside. 2-1.
65 at my house at all hours of the day.
You're weird. No, I like it cool, but when you've had open heart and a few things
Yeah.
and your own blood thinner,
Yeah.
you can't do it anymore.
Right.
But I like it cool too. Missed with that one, 3-1, and missed with that one, and the old leadoff runner walks, and that is the first walk given up by Tate Scott.
Connor Thacker.
Second walk given up by East Carter pitching. And going in to run is Colt Wheatley for the pitcher. Brings up Connor Thacker, popped up to the pitcher and hit by the pitcher. Scored a run. Time was called. What was the deal there?
Looks like maybe Davey Anderson's not happy with maybe some of the conduct that's happened over on first base, as that was a very animated time.
Yeah, Skaggs holding the runner on. Now we're ready to go. Pitch, swing, and a miss. 0-1.
Skaggs is a guy I wouldn't want to make mad. He's a big boy.
Not many strikeouts in this ball game. 2 for each team.
No.
Tate Scott going to throw over to first, runner back.
Ooh. And that's the thing that, Coach Mills has at his, the dugout's just full of weapons that he can put on per pitch runner or anything that can absolutely fly around these bases and really inflict damage. That's something in baseball that you really don't pay a lot of attention to, is speed. You think about it in other sports, but in baseball, man, it's really under the radar, and it really pays off.
Yeah, it's very important. Barker, the catcher, goes out to talk to Scott. Now he comes back. 0-1 the count to Thacker. Runner on down at first base is Wheatley, running for Webb, who walked. Pitch, squares the bunt, bunts it foul down the first baseline. 0-2.
Of course, with a win tonight, Raceland would have 2 regional titles in the last 3 years, and a win tonight would be East Carter's first regional title since 2009, I believe. Of course, a lot of people don't know this, but East Carter has a state title in baseball, and you don't get one of those. Those don't just fall in your lap.
No, they don't. 0-2 pitch, low. 1-2.
And you look at Carter County in general. The feeder system that East and West both have coming out of the youth baseball leagues are just phenomenal. That's where it starts.
1-2 pitch, swung on, foul back to the backstop. And in a couple of years, you're going to combine those 2 schools into one.
Be easy now. There's a lot of heavy hearts about what that.
I mean, they've already bought the land and everything.
I mean, it's
else.
going to happen regardless how you feel about it. It's happening. And
I'm not trying to be political about it one way or another. I'm just saying it's going to happen. But for athletics, I'm telling you, it's going to be a powerhouse.
They're going to be. It's going to be bad news for a lot of people in basketball and baseball.
Pitch. Outside and high. Might have been a pitch out. Thought the runner was going.
You think about, you're combining Cole Bramer and Jeremy Webb's Carter County teams, the talent, all that talent together in one team, and you're thinking about a team that pretty good.
I would think so. In every sport, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Girls and boys.
Absolutely.
Here's a ground ball foul down the first base.
Good play by Skaggs, though.
Count stays 2-2.
Long at bat here
to
for Thacker.
It is. I mean, this is a long bottom of the 5th, and we're only on the second batter. The wind pretty much has been dead tonight. It blown a little bit before the game, but it's been pretty much flagged limp out there in center field. 2-2 pitches in the dirt.
Which you're okay with, especially when the temperature drops.
Oh, absolutely. Fine with that. You can stay that way.
Well, good at bat here for Thacker. Went 0-2 quickly and worked it into a full count.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first. Bottom of the 5th. Raceland up 7-2. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Could be a double play. Flip to second. Throw back to first. Not in time. think if the shortstop would have took it himself, might have been able to get it.
I'll tell you what, I've known Connor Thacker for a long time, and I believe that is the fastest I've ever seen him run.
So he'll be on with the fielder's choice on the 6-4 put out. That'll bring up Jeremy Kearns, who has an RBI single, and he grounded out to short and picked up an RBI on that one. So he has 2 runs by the end of this ballgame. Pitch, tries to bunt, fouls it. I mean, Marty Mills and his group are trying to bunt anytime, all the time.
And
it doesn't have to be your typical situation where you try to bunt.
And, you know, a lot of the MLB teams stop bunting. The Reds, there's a lot of times the Reds would win if they would just bunt.
Yeah. Teams that don't bunt drive me crazy. It's an integral part of the game, I think.
You got to play strategy at some points.
A 1 pitch outside. They're going to throw down the first. And
Skaggs
is way out in front because of the
5
bunt.
5 yards in front of first base over there. His time is called.
So
I believe it.
Really don't know why the catcher would even throw it down because Skaggs was in front of, he was in front of the bag for the bunt. Now he's going to hold him on. Here's the pitch, swung on. That's lined down the right field line. That's a fair ball. That's going to get passed all the way down to the corner, and they're going to have runners at second and third. A double for Jeremy Kearns, his second hit of the ball game.
He's really come up big for the Rams this afternoon and going in this late evening, batting in the 9 spot in the lineup, but really.
2 for 3 and 2 RBIs. That hit brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup for all your pharmaceutical needs. See the good folks at Red 8 RX Pharmacy, and they're going to walk Connor Hughes to put him on and load him up to get the force. So an intentional walk to Hughes, who had grounded out, struck out, and hit a 2-run single. And that's the second walk given up by Scott and the third given up by East Carter pitching.
A very, very dangerous time here for East Carter. I think a base hit in the outfield really just, you're kind of just hanging on there. You're on life support right now. You can't go in, you're down to your final 6 outs. A base hit here really just makes it a monumental task.
First pitch to Parker Fannin, called strike, and you walk Hughes, I know for the percentages, but you bring up Fannin, who has singled and scored an RBI double and hit by the pitch. He's been on all 3 times.
We're just kind of calling it what it is.
But you walking because you want the percentages. You want to force it at any base with only 1 out.
Yeah, I can see the reasoning behind it. I don't have any question about that.
The trouble is you bring up a guy who's been hot this game. Pops this one up down the first base line, drifting, and it'll be out of play.
You kind of pick your poison, though, Jim. I mean, everybody in Raceland's lineup hit the ball pretty good tonight.
Yeah. 0-2 now, though. Scott ahead of the count. And the pitch swung on, ground ball hit to short. Shortstop has it, goes to second for 1, will not be able to get the speedy Fannin. So a run scores, and runners at first and third. So Parker Fannin, fielder's choice, 6-4, and another RBI. And it's now an 8-2 ball game with 2 outs, and brings up Clay Coldiron, who has popped up to the catcher, reached on an error, and flew out to center field. He was red hot coming in to this game. In this tournament, he was 5 for 7, but he has gone 0 for 3 here tonight.
And you go back all the way to districts, Jim. I think Raceland started playing their best baseball at the right time. They kind of just, I wouldn't say cruised through districts, but had a really tough game there with Greenup, but I tell you, they have just really hit the ball extremely well over the last 5 or 6 games.
Pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. I say Coldiron 0 for 3 now. He's 5 for 10. That's still 500 for the tournament.
That's pretty good.
That ain't bad.
I think that'd be worthy of the MLB Hall of Fame.
Runner going, and it's hit right behind him to the right field, and they're going to send a runner to third.
It's going to be a dangerous throw.
And that's over the third baseman's head, and he'll come in to score. And the runner will go down to second base. It is now a 9-2 ball game.
It should be 10-2, I think.
10.
Yeah, 10-2.
Yeah, both runners come
Next
in.
up, number 14.
Hughes comes in.
Lind.
Fannin comes in. Cold Iron ends up down at second. So that'll be a single to right field and then an E on the right fielder on the throw to third, which allowed the second run to come in. Third run of the inning. And it's now a 10-2 ball game. Runner at second base. And it brings up Lind, who has an infield hit lined out to the pitcher and ground rule double.
Yeah, he got a hold of one.
He's hit it hard twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once right back up the box and once one bouncer over the fence in left field. And he takes ball one. You get this runner in down at second base. If you're Raceland, you're one run away from ending this ball game. Nobody, I don't think, would have thought that.
It's,
in the dirt.
That did cross my mind just a few moments ago that you get 2 more runs across the plate. The game-winning run's actually at the plate
right now. Gary Hale going to do a little house cleaning. It is very dusty at home plate.
Sure is.
Two-0 pitch, popped him up, out of play.
I think that in our 3 days that we've been here, we see a lot of the regulars that decide they're going to walk in front of us. There's a lot of the same people that I don't even think they sit down. I think they just walk around.
Yeah.
They just get out of their car and they literally just do laps around the baseball field.
They're going concession stand, seeing friends. They're not watching a ball game.
What ball game?
Here's a pitch way upstairs.
They don't know there's a ball game.
That's teenagers for you, though, isn't
yeah,
it?
Absolutely.
3-1.
I was one of those weird kids that actually sit and watch the game.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Really good pitch there by Scott.
3-2.
And as we mentioned before, both of these teams, man, have extremely bright futures. They've got crazy young talent, and they need to change the rules where the 16th can just start sending 2 teams. I think that should be a good rule change.
Here's a swing and a miss. He got him.
Good pitch there by Scott.
On strikes. And that strikeout brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson and Flatwoods. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Raceland comes up with 3 more in the 5th. Going to the 6th, it's Raceland 10, East Carter 2 on Cool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with a vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
When you need to say happy birthday, get well, thinking of you, or any special occasion, say it with flowers from Fields Flower Shop in Ashland and Grayson. Fields Flower Shop can also take care of your sympathy needs, and they carry a beautiful selection of silk flowers, balloons, and fruit baskets. They've provided quality service since 1920. Call 606-324-2184. That's 606-324-2184. Fields Flower Shop, 221 15th Street, Ashland, and US 60 Grayson.
(10-2). Raceland over East Carter.
I think this is the last breath for East Carter, and I'm just trying to be as blunt as I can. If you get nothing across the plate here, it becomes a grave situation for East Carter. Yeah. That's just what it is. Get mad at me if you want to. I want,
Leading off number 3, Andrew Tomalonis.
Well, I mean,
I love both of these teams, but I'm telling you, it's 10-2 right now. You can't go into the top of the 7th inning down 8 runs. That's just an unrealistic goal. I mean, you just can't score 8 runs. And, I mean, you can, but it's just, you've only got 2, and we've played through 5.
Especially against a quality pitcher.
Right. I mean,
and you'd have to really get to him, and he's pitching pretty good right now. First pitch is popped up by Tomalonis, and they miss it.
Big
Shore called the second baseman off, and when he did, he missed it. That's a couple of mistakes he's made now.
Right, a couple of them, but lucky for them, they've got an 8-run lead.
Yeah, I mean, he throws that one when all he had to do is go step on the bag.
Absolutely.
And then he tries to call the second baseman off on that one, and there's no need. Second baseman has a much better angle. So Tomalonis on with an E3. Well, maybe that's an infield hit. Didn't hit a glove. I think you have to give him a hit. So they'll bring up Ty Scott, who has singled twice and scored a run. 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Of course, the winner will go to Counterclocks Field in Lexington.
Yep.
And they will play June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That'll be the opening round.
Come on, Blue.
Pitches are called strike 1-1. June 1st is next Thursday. Pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Lynn.
Just what the doctor ordered here for East Carter. Got a man on, no outs, similar to last inning. But you can't just score 1 here. You can't just score 2. I think to make this doable, Jim, you got to have at least probably maybe even 5 or 6, and then hope Raceland doesn't score anything.
I think Jeremiah would be happy with 3. Make it a little bit easier maybe coming up to the 7th, but you're right, probably 4 or 5 would be better when you're down 8. Pitch was upstairs, so the count goes 2-2.
We kind of really haven't seen that run that they've had yet, and when their back's against the wall, great teams will always
3-2
make that run. And is this the point where East Carter does it, or?
Shore did not walk anybody. Webb did not walk anybody through the first 4 innings. He walked a batter last inning, and now he's gone 3-2 to Scott here in the 6th inning.
Blake Hall sitting on deck.
Check of the runner, and the 3-2 pitch swung on, popped up infield. Third baseman, shortstop calling for it. Shortstop makes the catch.
Well, I tell you, that ball went about 3.5 miles up in the air.
Pop up to the shortstop, brings up Blake Hall, reached on the fielder's choice, and grounded out to the pitcher. Oh for 2 in the ball game. Pitch popped up foul, now to play. 1 out, 1 on, top of the 6th. East Carter down 10-2. Webb has given up only 3 hits. Swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, though, whoever has to play Raceland or East Carter in the first round of the state playoffs is going to have to face Webb or Tomalonis.
Yep.
And I can tell you right now, that's not an easy game.
No. Here's a line shot into right field for a base hit. Runner will have to hold at second. So 2 hits in the inning puts runners at first and second. East Carter trying to get something going. It'll bring up Jackson Barker. Hit by the pitcher and grounded out to second.
Still kind of waiting on him to get a hold of one, man. He's got some serious power built up in his stance. When he gets really low, it seems like, and kind of brings that elbow way back. And if he can get full extended and make some good contact, this game would be a lot more interesting. Let's see if he can come through right here.
1 out. Runners take their lead. And the pitch is a called strike.
Really good pitch there by Webb. Most of Webb's first pitches all night have been kind of an off-speed pitch. That one, he doesn't have a tremendous blow past you fastball, but it's effective.
Again, Webb ready. And steps off to chase everybody back. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. Webb was cruising pretty good through the first 4. Then they really gave up a run in the 4th. Then everything really slowed down in the 5th. He gave up another run but got out of the inning. Now he finds himself with runners at first and second, only 1 out.
Good
strike
pitch.
called here, 1 and 2. Fans didn't like it, but thought it was a good pitch. Webb has really slowed down and become much more deliberate. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. Ooh, that was a good pitch.
I mean, that breaking ball really just freezes you.
He really thought he had that one to know if he win or not, but he's not even going to appeal.
I don't think he wins.
No, wasn't even close.
I didn't even question if he went. I thought it might be a strike.
Yeah, he broke in on it. It looked like it. Count 2-2. Breaking ball
This
again.
one got
hits
him.
him.
We mentioned it. Barker's one of those kids, man. He is tough. He didn't even budge. That thing he didn't even know it hit him until they said take your base. That's how tough he is.
And Marty Mills wanted to know. Oh, he's going to tell you about courtesy runner. That's for East Carter. I don't know what Marty wanted. Marty wanted to know something.
Well,
and he walked back out.
I'll
Now
say
Chris
this.
Hughes is going out as the pitching coach.
A lot of the times, a team or a manager will come out and kind of argue whether there was an attempt to move.
Yeah.
But when the ball carries into the batter's box, he doesn't have to move.
No.
So
that was a curveball that broke way too far.
Right, and I think Barker really just took one there for the team, and that's something you would expect out of a kid like him, just a super great, tough kid.
So Chris Hughes out talking to his battery and trying to calm Mr. Webb down a little bit. He's in the most trouble he's been in. This might be the big inning Spencer was talking about.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
And, that's the thing about these great teams. Listen, regardless of what happens, East Carter and Raceland didn't just accidentally find themselves in the regional final.
Right.
They're here for a reason. Both are very good teams with very bright futures and great managers. And I tell you another thing, Jim, just looking from left to right, great communities. They're all here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Stepping up to the plate. Gavin Sexton flew out to right, single to center. They're loaded up with an infield hit, a single, and a hit batter. And the first pitch is fouled to the first base dugout.
You got Skaggs sitting on deck, and then I believe Hutchinson after him.
Yep.
So, like we said in between innings, you definitely can't not get anything across the plate here, and you definitely can't when you only have 1 out and the bases loaded.
0-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Has it. Goes to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. Run scores.
Really
2
good,
down.
Really good plate over there by Hughes. That was a hot
It
ground
sure
ball.
was. So Sexton will be on with the fielder's choice on the 6-4 putout. He gets an RBI.
And, Skaggs had an RBI single last night. I tell you what, Jeremiah might reach into his pocket and and pay a couple dollars to get another one of those RBI singles.
He has struck out and popped up to third in foul territory. And now Lind is going to go out and talk to Webb.
And you talk about Connor Skaggs, man, a guy that, we mentioned this last night, a guy that played his best game in his final game in the regional tournament in basketball against Boyd County, just went off. I mean, just really was a thorn in Boyd County. Boyd County's fortunate to win that game.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. They shouldn't have, but they did. East Carter outplayed them in every aspect except for on the scoreboard there at the end.
Skaggs steps up with runners at the corners. 1 run in to make it 10-3.
82 right now, pitch count for Webb.
Yeah, he's in good shape. Pitch, swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt.
Tell you what, Skaggs went for it right there, though.
He has sort of a compact swing.
He does. He doesn't really take the bat very far away from his torso. He really, really keeps the bat on a straight line. He's choked up quite a bit on it if you look at it.
Yep. Pitch is in the dirt.
So when he swings outside, he's not giving himself much of a chance because, if you're using a 32 or 33-inch bat and you choke up as much as he is, you might as well just use a 29-inch bat.
Yeah, you're right. He's not giving himself much of a chance.
No. And he's got, 1 foot almost completely out of the box.
Pitch, that one's hit hard. And
it's getting
going
down.
over
No,
is the left
good
fielder,
play by
comes in
Thacker.
and makes the catch.
What a play by Thacker. I mean, he must have ran 30 yards, Jim.
He was playing it down the line, and he had to come running over towards center field, makes the catch. East Carter only gets 1 out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Raceland 10, East Carter 3 on Cool TV.
I've been a member for a little over 46 years.
They're very family oriented. You just walk in and everybody's friendly. They talk to you, they know you by name.
You may not go in there for a day or, several years, and I think you go in there and you still feel like family.
Recently, we refinanced our home, and it felt like it was right because we trust the people that work there. This is my people.
Ashland Credit Union. Own your journey.
At Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry, not only do we have the best deals, but we also make your purchases easy and convenient with our no-fees layaway program.
No fees?
Just 10% down, 10% monthly payments for 10 months on any item in our store, excluding new handguns. Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry offers this fantastic layaway program at all 3 of our locations: 4250 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, 519 4th Avenue, Huntington, 522 29th Street, Huntington. Visit Tri-State Pawn and Jewelry today. Quality jewelry for less. Much less.
Since 1959, Ashland Office Supply Office USA has been your one-stop shop for all your product needs, offering great service, competitive pricing, and quality products. From general supplies like pens, calendars, and envelopes, to supplies like laser toners, inkjet cartridges, ribbons, and paper, to equipment like laser printers, inkjet printers, shredders, and more. Ashland Office Supply Office USA has it all. Go online to ashlandoffice.com or call 800-926-1267. Ashland Office Supply Office USA, 2129 Street, Ashland.
(10-3). Raceland with the lead.
During the break, we heard over the intercom that it was half off concession stand because it's the end of the tournament. And then, everybody kind of stood still. They said hot dogs and pizza. And as soon as they said fried bologna sandwiches, half the people in the stand stood up and started running to the concession stand.
I couldn't tell if people were getting up to leave, but no, they're going. We're in Eastern Kentucky, buddy.
Yeah.
Half off concession stand.
Well, those are steak sandwiches to a lot of people.
And bologna.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can't beat a fried bologna sandwich. You don't like bologna?
I love bologna. I just don't like it necessarily fried.
What? It's got to be fried. A little bit burnt, too.
No.
Yes. I like my hot dogs burnt, too. You don't like them burnt?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Can't handle
That's
that.
one of the best.
Caden Shore will lead things off. He has struck out, doubled, and singled.
Squares the bunt.
And he squares
really,
the bunt.
Really good bunt.
Pitcher has it, throws, got him.
Good play by Scott.
That'll go 1-3, and that'll bring up Parker Ison, who has walked and scored, hit by the pitcher and scored, and grounded out to second.
The first night we got out of here, Jim, we kind of got in a line of cars, and it looked like a straight line of NASCARs going down the back straightaway at Talladega. Yesterday, that didn't work out so for me.
It did for me.
I got behind, I believe it was the Greenup County school bus, and we just crawled.
Oh, I caught a bus, but about the time we got to Grayson.
Well, I think I may have been ahead of you then.
Yeah. I did get behind. The cart was going a little slow, but we passed it on the hill. Me and 3 or 4 others.
Now, you can't admit to traffic violations live on the air.
We passed it in the passing zone. And it wasn't just me. There was a line of cars behind me. But, yeah, I mean, we were trucking Sunday.
I like to stick behind somebody. That way, if they hit a deer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my theory.
I don't hit it either.
That's right. Or if they get pulled over.
Right.
Here's a pitch called strike. 2-1.
Scott's pitch. Gets him to go down on strikes. As we're sitting here trying to work out the all-tournament team. And
is it the MVP or the 4th player? Is the 4th player the MVP? Who we got on for Raceland right now?
Here comes Webb. Scott's pitch, breaking ball, hits the outside part of the plate, 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. Count goes 1-1. Here's a pitch. This one's golfed in the right center field. This one's going to get down. One hopper hits the fence. Rounding first and going to second is Webb. He'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the half of the 6th. Raceland leading 10-3.
Next up, number 18, Connor Thacker.
And here comes Thacker, who covered a lot of ground in maybe a rally effort for East Carter in the top part of the 6th inning.
All right, we're back.
We had to get the all-tournament team in.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
It is tough.
It is tough because you just wish you could put it, let me rephrase that.
What?
I'm a guy that's against everybody gets a trophy. I've always been against it. But we tried to put together our best tournament team, and hopefully we got it right.
Upstairs is the pitch, and that is Thacker. What did Webb do?
He golfed a double into the right center field gap that one hopped and hit the fence.
And what did Ison do before that? He got out.
Yes, he did. There's 2 outs.
So 2 down, a double, puts a runner at second base, and that's a courtesy runner out there for the pitcher Webb. And Thacker now faces 1 ball, 1 strike.
Thacker, just a sophomore for Raceland.
Upstairs, 2-1. That hit for Raceland in the ball game was the 11th. So they have hit the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things.
Swung on, fly ball, right field.
Very high. It's back,
going back, too.
Back.
Cold Iron has to go back a little bit and make the catch.
I'll tell you what, at any other field, that may have left.
Yeah. No runs in the 6th inning for Raceland on 1 hit, but we go to the 7th. And Raceland has a commanding 10-3 lead over East Carter here on Cool TV.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
You hear the words banking convenience. Well, at Citizens Bank of Kentucky, we take it to the next step. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with our new ATMs. To make a deposit, follow the easy steps, The Citizens Bank of Kentucky ATM will accept your deposits, and you can deposit cash and checks at the same time.
Citizens Bank of Kentucky, the right bank for your life.
The Tri-State's best gun and ammo store. The best fishing and archery department in the Tri-State, along with a full collection of benchmark and case knives. Borders Sporting Goods features the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the Tri-State, as well as a vast collection of turkey shotguns. Borders is your stop for the best fishing products from Lew's, Shimano, Abu Garcia, St. Croix, and G. Loomis, as well as Berkeley and Strike King lures. For all your hunting and fishing needs, visit Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West, Ashland.
And Raceland 3 outs away from winning a 16th regional championship. This regional tournament game brought to you in part by Vanceburg Electric Board, always supporting high school athletics and academics. By Raceland Christian Church. If you're looking for a church home, visit Raceland Christian Church. Brought to you by My Dad's Pizza, Blackburn Avenue and 13th Street in Ashland. For all your hunger needs, call My Dad's at 606-324-0202. And by First National Bank in Cannonsburg, Grayson, Moorhead, Sandy Hook, West Liberty, meeting all your banking needs. Here we go. And Webb is ready, and the first pitch is outside to Levi Hutchinson, who has popped up the first, walked and scored. 0 for 1 officially.
I kind of want to say something here. Regardless of what happens in this, top half of the 7th, it's just been a true pleasure to work out at Grayson and East Carter High School this year. And it started off with the first football game, and we were out there, and it was our first game, me and you, and Cool Hits were together, and it's just been an awesome year out at East Carter. And, we've been through ups and downs. East Carter has, man, but they have just really super great kids and a great community, and it's something that I really just look forward to in the future.
Here's a bunt, and it's going to be a good bunt. As Webb coming off the mound sort of falls a little bit. He can't get to the third base side, and it's right between the mound and third, so that'll be a bunt single for Hutchinson.
I'll tell you what, if anybody needs a tutor on how to bunt, they need to ask Mr. Hutchinson. He laid down an excellent bunt yesterday also.
Yeah, he did. Brings up Tate Scott. Lined out to second, grounded out to second, reached on the fielder's choice. And we also want to say it's been a pleasure working with Raceland.
Absolutely.
First school that Cool Hits signed a contract with, and we have been with them through football, basketball, volleyball, soccer, and now softball and baseball.
Well, not soccer.
No, not soccer.
Not soccer.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I could see that happening in the future, though.
So we appreciate everybody at Raceland and what they've done, too. And we've got great partners at West Carter, East Carter, Lewis County, and Raceland.
Absolutely.
And looking for more. Just keep listening. Here's a fly ball foul down the left field line. Can tell you this, be pleased to announce, because I just found out about it during this game, that we have been awarded a one-year contract to stream the American Junior Golf Association tournament at Bellefonte Country Club this June.
Absolutely. I can't wait to do that.
And looking forward to that. I mean, that is a huge event. Here's a breaking ball, misses outside. 22 different states, 4 countries represented.
And you got to think that the alumni that's come through there, I believe Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas, yes. And we just found out today we've been awarded a one-year contract.
And you got to think a St. X product.
So we're excited. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him going at a breaking ball down low.
Evan Goodman.
You can brag on Raceland hitting the ball, and you can say that East Carter really hadn't tattooed the ball necessarily tonight, but at some point you're going to have to give Braden Webb some credit. I mean, he has just been absolutely phenomenal on the mound.
Yes.
And you go back all the way to district play, Jim. One hitter against Russell and an error. I mean, and then the error came first, and he was close to a perfect game. I think they were within a half inning of a perfect game.
I think he had a perfect game through 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, he was just phenomenal.
And he's only given up 5 hits in this ball game.
Absolutely, and you got to think the caliber of hitters that East Carter has. I mean, just really, really good hitters. And myself, I thought East Carter was the best team all season long. And you got to give Braden Webb credit where credit's due, and he is really just.
And give Raceland credit because they started out strong, then they hit a spell where they really struggled.
Yeah.
Had some injuries. Didn't have starters in, really struggled. Ball gets away from the catcher, runner goes. Here's the throw down, not in time. And then they got everybody back, and like you said a minute ago, that's when they started playing ball again.
Yeah.
They got everybody back, they got healthy, started doing what they're capable of doing.
And you know, East Carter ain't here accidentally.
No.
They're an extremely very good team.
I think if you would have looked at the first of the season and you asked people who the top 3 teams in the 16th region,
two of them are playing
I'm
right
not
now.
putting them in order, but they would have been. Here's a high fly ball to center field. Center fielder going back, makes the catch. That was tagged. Runner will tag and go to third. Any place else, that's a home run.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I guarantee it's a home run.
That tell you how deep the ball was. If you tag from second and go to third and a fly ball to center field.
I mean, that's a home run somewhere else. 2 down. Runner at third, and it brings up Andrew Tomalonis, who has flown out to right, grounded out to short, and had an infield hit.
Raceland better get those fire trucks ready because they're going to have to go through downtown. Because I tell you what, they can feel another regional championship.
So Tomalonis steps up to the plate. And the first pitch from Webb is in the dirt, ball 1.
And, you know, we'll take a little bit of a break.
Not much with the golf tournament coming, but that's okay.
Hey, before too long, it'll be football season. So it's just, I could start it tomorrow.
Pitch, grounded foul, third base side. That golf tournament, by the way, is June the 14th, 15th, and 16th at Bellefonte Country Club.
East Carter, another final out, Jim.
1-1. Pitch, low. 2-1.
Tom Malonis really pitched well yesterday against Graham County, though, Jim.
He did.
I mean, Graham County couldn't even sniff home plate there for several straight innings.
2-1 to count. Webb now up to 98. Pitch misses. 3-1. So good at bat for Andrew Tomalonis with Ty Scott on deck.
You know, with these two teams, you got to fear the future and be aware of the present.
Pitch swung on, grounded foul down the third base line. 3-2.
And you got to think, though, the way Jeremiah and Coach Mills and Coach Logan at Greenup and at Boyd and there's a few other schools you could sprinkle in there, they've kind of built these well-oiled machines. You know, they are now, you know, draw one out of the hat, that's your region winner now. I think there's a 4-team rotation there where they are going to be the favorites every single year.
3-2 pitch with 2 outs, and it is a fly ball down the right field line, foul, and nobody can get there.
People to our right are ready to explode.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third for East Carter. They trail 10-3. Tomalonis at the plate. Braden Webb trying to get the complete game victory here in the championship game of the 16th region for the Raceland Rams. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on, fly ball center field, coming hard as a center fielder. And does he make the catch?
No.
No. Trapped it, so a run comes in. That'll be an RBI single. Boy, that was a great try, though, out there in center field by Parker Fannin.
Well, if he didn't get the ball, does that tell you how big center field is? Parker Fannin's one of those, faster kids in the 16th region. So if he can't reach the ball, then I don't know many people that would.
So a run comes in to make it 10-4, and East Carter's not going to go down without fight. That's for sure.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything different from these kids from Grayson. I mean, just very tough-willed kids and just yes sir, no sir type kids. They're just great kids with great parents, and you're seeing the product. You've seen it all season long.
Hit brought to you by Red 8 RX Pharmacy in Greenup. Brings up Ty Scott. He has singled twice and popped up to the shortstop on a towering pop-up. First pitch from Webb is upstairs. Now here in the 7th inning, over 100 pitches at 103.
What's the biggest comeback you ever seen with 2 outs in the final half inning?
I couldn't tell you. I've seen too many games. I'm sure there's been a big one somewhere in the dirt.
One of my grandfather's favorite sayings is, "It's never over until it's over."
Yep.
So.
Got a runner at first base, 2 down. And the count 2-0. Blake Hall on deck.
I always tell my girlfriend's boys that crazier things have happened. I mean, I pulled your mom, so.
Pitch. And again, inside and low, 3-0. And we're going.
Looks like maybe a position change.
Yeah, we're going to have Cold Iron go to the bullpen. As going in to play right field for Raceland.
The closer, Cold Iron.
Cold Iron goes to the bullpen. And Carson Bowden goes to right field. 3-0 to count. Strike called 3-1. And you know Webb wants to finish it.
Oh, he does.
You know, he's a competitor too. He sees Cold Iron going to the bullpen and he's thinking,
Clay, the closer, Cold Iron.
Pitch. Walked him.
Except number 10, Blake Hall.
Only the second walk given up by Webb. Puts runners at first and second. And brings up Blake Hall, who has reached on the fielder's choice, grounded out to the pitcher, and singled to right field. First pitch misses, ball 1. Brown won the softball tournament earlier, 1-0 over Lewis. Raceland trying to win here, and East Carter trying to make it really tough. Down 10-3 coming to the 7th. They've scored 1. They've got runners at first and second.
East Carter on life support, but they're still alive here.
Yes, they are. Pitch swung on, popped up, foul, now to play. 1-1.
You know,
I'd say if Hall gets on base, we'll probably see Cold Iron.
Obviously a different sport, but I was actually in attendance for the Bluegrass Miracle, so it's always a weird thing for me to say a game is over.
Oh, you swung on, and that's lined into left field for a base hit. And they'll have to hold the runner as the left fielder gets it in a hurry. So they're loaded up.
Is this that big inning that we kind of...
Yeah, wait till the last. It's been the way it's been the last 2 games.
Yeah.
You know, everybody waits to the last inning.
That's kind of like their homework. I guarantee you they turn it at the last second.
That brings up Jackson Barker, who has been hit by the pitcher twice and is grounded out to second.
I'll tell you, he's just been a magnet for the ball tonight, and he ain't moving. If that ball even comes a half inch into the batter's box, he's going to be on base.
So that is the 3rd hit of the inning for East Carter.
I'll tell you what, a base hit here, and the score gets about 6 or 7 to 10, and the whole attitude of the game will change.
First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. I think this might be this will be the last batter he probably faces. He's had 111 pitches.
Yeah.
He's lost his control, his command of his pitches a little bit. And apparently some of the velocity is off because they're hitting it. And here's a hit to left field.
This could be it right here.
Left fielder coming in. Did he make the catch? No. Or did he? He did. He made the catch in left field.
Carter Thacker's got to do a better job of waiting for the umpire to give a signal before he just lollies the ball.
So a fly out to left field. Had to wait to see the umpire out there in left field make the call, and he got him. And Raceland wins it as East Carter comes up with 1 run in the 7th on 3 hits. They leave 2 on base, and the final score is Raceland 10, East Carter 4. Back with your totals in just a moment on Cool TV.
Lewis Family Care on Midland Trail in Ashland is board certified. Family medicine, primary care clinic accepting new patients. If it's osteopathic manipulative therapy you need, see Dr. Matthew T. Lewis, D.O. For other family medical needs, see Eilena Boggs, PRN. Call 606-928-7755 for the caring, professional, board certified medical practitioners at Lewis Family Care, your primary care clinic, 6572 Midland Trail Road, Ashland. That's 606-928-7755. Success comes with teamwork. At Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union, we have one goal, one team, with people helping people. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union salutes all the athletes who strive to be their best, as do all your friends at Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. 2321 Carter Avenue, Ashland. Bluegrass Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Promote your brand, idea, event, or organization with area advertising. As a locally owned company in Ashland, we've been providing full personalized marketing services and products to customers across the tri-state area since 1975. We offer exceptional advertising and graphic design solutions, from screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving to banners, signs, trophies, and other customizable promotional items. At Area Advertising, our business is making your business look better. Contact us today.
Back here at Morgan County, where Raceland has defeated East Carter in the 16th Region Championship game by a final score of 10-4. For Raceland, 10 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors, and 7 left on base. East Carter, 4 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left on base. East Carter got their runs, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Raceland got their runs, 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 5th. Raceland improves to 25-9, and they'll play in the state tournament starting June 1st in Lexington. East Carter closes out a great season at 28-6. We'll come back with your final pitching totals and a final wrap-up in the all-tournament team. All of that and more coming up in a couple of moments here on Cool TV.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Stop wishing you were debt-free. Start consolidating. Members Choice Credit Union is committed to helping you take control of your finances this new year. And all it takes is a personal loan. Imagine one monthly payment at a great interest rate. Stop worrying about debt. Start taking control of your finances. Consolidate your debt today with the help of your credit union family at Members Choice. Visit us online at mccu.net.
Back here at Morgan County as they're naming the all-tournament team for the 16th Region
Brown County,
tournament.
Chance Furnish and Jason Ingalls.
Jason Ingalls and Chance Furnish from Round County, Carson Wireman and Cade Hunt from Greenup County.
Hampton from Morgan.
Hampton from Morgan.
Brammer from Ashland.
Lane Brammer from Ashland. Boyd County's, was it Jackson?
Yes. Jackson for Boyd, Hutchinson, Pomalonis, and let's see who else we got out there. And Scott.
Clay Coldiron, Eli Lind, and Parker Fannin. And tournament MVP from Raceland, Braden Webb.
Webb gets the MVP. Well deserved. Of course, a heck of a ball game. Hit the ball well too.
Of course, Braden Webb won MVP with only 2 votes. I mean, that has to be the.
Well, I think some other people have votes too.
See, buddy.
I think some other people might have had some votes.
And those 2 votes may have just been me and you.
No. Your pitching totals: East Connor Skaggs goes 2 2/3, gives up 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, struck out 2, and hit 3 batters. Tate Scott went 3 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. And Connor Skaggs takes the loss in the ball game. The winning pitcher is Braden Webb, and Webb goes 7 innings, gives up 4 runs, 8 hits. He walked 2, he struck out 3, and he hit 2 batters. Braden Webb gets the win and improves to 7-1 on the year. Raceland wins it by a score of 10-4 to win the regional championship here at Morgan County. And they put on a great show at Morgan County, great concession stands, great hospitality. Braxton Howard, the AD, been fantastic to us, and we want to tell him how much we appreciate him and let people know. And I know at Lewis County they did the same thing for softball. I was talking to James Collier. They were just put on a great show there. And Rowan County beats Lewis in a tough one there, 1-0 to win the softball championship. So Rowan County, your softball champions, and Raceland, your baseball champions.
Yeah, I just want to say, I'm so appreciative of Raceland and East Carter the way that they treated both of us this year. I mean, just opened their doors, and you couldn't ask for 2 better communities, and people that are just extremely compassionate about their teams. And truthfully, coming into here tonight, I was glad that it was a Raceland and East Carter regional final. I think that these are the top 2 or 3 teams in the region, and Raceland just played better tonight. And a lot of people say, look, I've turned into kind of an East Carter fan. I'll just call it how it is. East Carter did not hit the ball at all very well in this tournament, and not game 1, not game 2, and definitely not game 3. It's hard to win a baseball game when you only score 2 or 3 runs a game. So it's just one of those things where Raceland got hot at the right time. You look at them back in district play. Webb 2-hit Russell. Maybe even 1 hit. Do you say 1 hit or 2 hit?
1 hit.
1 hit, and the next day they come back and they beat Greenup County for the district, and they just kept rolling, and they got a good draw. Now I'm not saying East Carter didn't, but they got a good draw in the region and just never looked back. And whoever has to face Webb in the first round of the tournament, good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to wrap up our coverage from Morgan County. For our cameraman tonight, Jeff Irwin, who did a great job. For Spencer Hutchinson, who has been on color and camera. For Austin Ray, who's been our producer for the entire 3 days at all the games, and for Kent Robinson, who helped us, all of our sponsors who made it possible for us to be here and call all these games and all the games in softball too. We want to thank you, and we appreciate you following us here on Cool TV. Our next big event coming up will be the AGGA Golf Tournament at Bellefonte Country Club. You'll be hearing more about that. We're pretty excited about that. Until next time, for Spencer Hutchinson, Austin Ray, Jeff Irwin, Kent Robinson, I'm Jim Forrest. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching the 2023 16th Region Baseball Tournament live from West Liberty, Kentucky on Cool TV. This broadcast of the 16th Region Baseball Tournament has been a special sports presentation of the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.